Hello everyone, this is Red Pill Awakened. In today's video, we're diving into IRC 508, a section of the tax code that's super important if you're setting up a faith-based organization or any type of nonprofit that wants to be tax exempt. Whether you're working to build a church, a charity, or any type of 501c3 organization, knowing the rules in IRC 508 is crucial to getting and maintaining your tax-exempt status.
IRC 508 explains the rules that nonprofit organizations need to follow to get tax-exempt status under 501c3. It's about notifying the IRS that your organization exists and qualifies for tax exemption. But don't worry, there are some exceptions, and we'll get into those in a moment. Now, if you're setting up a nonprofit or faith-based organization, the IRS gives you 15 months to file Form 1023. This is basically the form that tells the IRS, hey, we're applying for 501c3 status. If you file it within those 15 months, you'll be recognized as tax exempt from the time you were officially set up. If your faith-based organization is organized as a 508c1a nonprofit, it is generally valid in all states. A 508c1a organization falls under federal law, which means the recognition of your nonprofit status by the IRS applies nationwide, regardless of which state you operate in. However, while your federal status remains the same, you may need to comply with specific state regulations when moving to a new state or expanding operations. These regulations typically include: 1. Registering as a foreign entity. If your organization is moving to or operating in a new state, you may need to register as a foreign, out-of-state nonprofit with that state's business registry or Secretary of State. This does not mean you need to set up the organization again, but simply register to do business in that state. 2. State-specific filings. Different states may have different reporting requirements, charitable solicitation laws, or registration fees. Some states also require annual filings for nonprofits or additional disclosures for those that solicit donations. 3. State tax exemption. While your 508 status is federally tax exempt, you may need to apply for state tax exempt status in each state where you operate, depending on local laws. This includes exemptions for property tax, sales tax, and other state taxes, which vary from state to state. 4. Fundraising and solicitation. If you plan to raise funds in multiple states, some states require that you register with their Charity Oversight Division, often under the Attorney General's office, to solicit donations. Your 508c1a organization is federally recognized and valid nationwide, but you'll need to adhere to individual state regulations like registering as a foreign nonprofit, state tax exemptions, and fundraising compliance in any new state you move or operate in. To further strengthen your organization's legal and financial protection, consider structuring your nonprofit within a trust or by using an LLC structure for enhanced protection and flexibility. Here are 2 powerful strategies. 1. Placing the nonprofit in a trust. By placing your 508c1a nonprofit within a trust, you can shield your organization's assets, providing extra layers of protection from liabilities and giving the trustees control over how assets are managed. Trusts can offer enhanced privacy and protection, ensuring that your organization's purpose and funds are secure for the long term. 2. Creating an LLC owned by the trust. Another option is to create an LLC to own and manage the nonprofit's assets and operations. The LLC can then be owned by the trust, giving you the flexibility of an LLC's operational structure while placing the control and ownership of the LLC into the trust for added asset protection and privacy. This way, you can ensure the nonprofit remains operationally flexible while securing its assets from external threats or liabilities. Either of these strategies whether placing the organization in a trust or using an LLC owned by a trust, can transform your nonprofit into a legally and financially powerful entity, offering robust protection, control, and long-term sustainability. Supporting laws, statutes, and cases. 1. Internal Revenue Code Section 508, C1A. This section of the tax code specifically governs the organization of nonprofits and faith-based organizations, allowing them to be automatically tax-exempt without the same filing requirements as other 501 C3 organizations. 2. IRC Section 501C. 3. Provides the overall framework for tax-exempt organizations, detailing the requirements and benefits of tax-exempt status, including deductions for donations and federal tax exemptions. 3. Crane vs. Commissioner 331 U.S. 1, 1947. This case clarifies how assets and liabilities are treated for tax purposes, particularly relevant when using trusts to manage assets for nonprofits. 4. Carpenter vs. Longan 83 U.S. 271, 1872. Demonstrates the inseparability of promissory notes and mortgages, relevant in understanding how asset protection works when placing property or financial instruments within a trust. Well, thanks for your time. If you've watched this entire video and found it valuable, make sure to like, comment, and share. This helps spread the knowledge and empowers others to protect their organizations. Let me know what other topics you'd like me to cover next. Your feedback is crucial. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more insightful content.